If you're concerned about your blood pressure and you want to find out natural ways to lower it without medication or reducing salt, then this video is for you. Hello, I'm Dr. James Bogash, publisher of Modern Health Myths, and in this continuing series on natural remedies for high blood pressure, we're going to talk more about nitric oxide. My last video, we talked about how important nitric oxide was for opening up and relaxing the blood vessels. So today we're going to talk a little bit more about some ways to increase nitric oxide levels naturally. So top of the list, well, before we go back, keep in mind that the enzyme that helps generate nitric oxide is an enzyme called nitric oxide synthase. In order to make this compound, one of the things that we need is the enzymes need something to work on, and one of the things that they use to work on is there's two amino acids basically. There is L-arginine and there is L-citrulline. L-arginine it's been found in a lot of supplements over the past couple of years. NO Explode products, all these products designed to increase nitric oxide levels, but quite frankly I think most of them are not worth the money. And they're a lot more hype than they are reality as far as boosting gains with working out. L-citrulline is an amino acid also found in watermelon. So there's actually been studies on watermelon pumice designed to lower blood pressure because L-citrulline can also be converted into nitric oxide to help lower the blood vessels. Another important factor in generating nitric oxide is the foods that we eat that are high in nitrates. Now we got to kind of follow along about our nitrites, nitrates, nitric oxide. But nitrates, dietary nitrates, are things that are found in our foods. Think of your green leafies. Think of beets are really important. And so the more we eat of those, the more opportunity we have to make nitric oxide. But there's an important factor there. The dietary nitrates that we eat, so you eat your green leafy vegetables, you eat your beet, our body doesn't use the nitrate as well. It has to be converted to compounds called nitrites. So now we're on the I's. The problem here is that it requires oral bacteria to convert nitrates to nitrites. That means that if you've been on antibiotics, if you use antiseptic mouthwash, you may actually raise your blood pressure or prevent your good dietary choices from helping with blood pressure. There's been several studies now that find that an antiseptic mouthwash actually increases blood pressure. So again, these are little tips that you probably don't hear from your primary care doctor or cardiologist, but they can be very important in helping manage your blood pressure. So then the other factor at role, so we've got dietary nitrates have to be converted by oral bacteria. Those oral bacteria, the nitrites, now we're on the I's, when we swallow them and make it down and they hit stomach acid, that's what converts them to nitric oxide. So it's another important factor of that. So that means that if you're stressed out, if you're taking PPIs, protein pump inhibitors, any drug that's going to lower stomach acid, so like Nexium, Prilosec, you, again, have missed the potential opportunity to lower your blood pressure using diet. It's one of the reasons why so many medications actually interfere with our ability to be healthy. We think we're taking them to help us, but they don't. They all interfere with a normal process in the human body. Let's see, some other things are polyphenols. So this large class of protective compounds we find in a lot of fruits, but fruits and vegetables, berries, teas, coffee, red wine. The polyphenols also help us generate more nitric oxide and relax our blood vessels. So that boils back down to, again, a good quality diet high in things like berries and tea and coffee and all those things that are loaded in polyphenols. The last thing we're going to talk about is good old-fashioned sunlight. Sunlight actually helps our body produce more nitric oxide and relax your blood vessels. So if you've been hiding out in a cave thinking that the world is going to kill you if you walk out, it's probably quite the opposite. The more you keep yourself from getting fresh air and sunshine, the worse your health is going to be, especially as it relates to blood pressure. So as always, tomorrow we're going to talk a little bit, or the next video, we're going to talk a little bit about things that will interfere with this process. Again, rehash the idea of antiseptic mouthwash and PPIs. We're going to talk about some other things that can interfere with the activity of nitric oxide. So make sure you like this video, share it with somebody who you think needs this information, and subscribe to the channel.